Hello guys, welcome back to this channel, Big John App. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you step by step on how to use Notebook LM in detail. Everything that you need to know about Notebook LM. I'm going to be teaching you from the audio aspect to the video aspect to the mind map and quiz, everything. I'm going to be walking you through everything, how to use everything in detail. So all you need to do now is to pay very close attention so you don't miss any part of this video. You know, I don't like too much talk. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright guys, so for you to do this, the first thing that you need to do, just head over to your Chrome here and search for Notebook LM. Okay, Notebook LM, this first link, go ahead and click it, enter, and then here we are. So immediately you come to the website, it's going to show you this, or you don't need to panic. For now, let's just go ahead and exit that part. Okay, let me quickly walk you through the settings, some things that you need to do before I show you how to create the notes. Come here. If you know the light is too much for you, you can change the mode. As you can see, I prefer this particular dark mode. Okay, and then you can do other settings. There are some other settings that you can go ahead and do. If you want to upgrade to the plus, like if you want to upgrade, you can go ahead and upgrade. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to be using the free version. All right. And first, let's name our notebook. What do I want to look into? Let me say investment in Nigeria, right? How to invest in Nigeria. Okay, yeah, and then hit OK. Okay, so that just me naming the project. So that's the name of the project. Okay, so now that you have named your project, the next thing that you need to do is to go ahead and click create notebook. Okay, so there are different ways in which you can add your resource. Okay, you can use Google Drive, right? Like if you have the document, if the document is on your Google Drive, you can go ahead and connect it directly, and then you can also add links or a particular website. Let me say your resource is a website. You can just go ahead and provide the link of the website here, and also you can go ahead and provide the text prompts. Just go ahead and write it if you want to. The resource, if you are the one that want to type it yourself, you can go ahead and type it. For the purpose of this video, we are going to be working more on this link, right? So we can provide my let me say my website link, or YouTube, wherever. So we are going to be working more on the links. For example, let me say you see a particular video, and then instead of you to go ahead and be watching the video, you can, if the video is very long, can just go ahead and provide the link of the video, or let me say a PDF, a very large one. Instead of it to be maybe, for example, they can give you a PDF of over 1,000 pages for you to read, and you are very lazy, you are just someone like me that don't like reading. You can just come here and upload it. Just provide the PDF, the resource, the document, and then you can go ahead and be learning from it. Okay, let's do everything practical so that you understand. Let's go and get some video links, and then I'll be providing a PDF also, right? So go ahead. Let me head over to my YouTube. Okay, here we are on my YouTube. Let me look for a particular topic. Let me see how to invest in Nigeria stock market. Okay, yes, how to invest in Nigeria stock market. Hit it. Because I'm so specific, I was able to look at this first video, how to invest in Nigeria stock market, blah blah blah. Look at this video, yeah, and this is actually one of the best way that you can create an ebook. Okay, no worry, I'm going to be making one video on the ebook aspect, but for today we want to learn, right? So you can just go ahead and copy the link of this particular video, right? Let me see. Okay, let me use this video, and then this video, let me see, this video have 76k views, and this one have about 39. So I believe it's a good video. So let's go ahead and open this video and see. So now see what I'm going to do. Everything that this lady say, I'm going to like, instead of it to watch all the video is about 7 minutes. It's not long, but let me say, for example, it's a very long video. I will just come here. Yes, you want to learn, right? Copy this particular link, head over to your notebook, and then click YouTube, and then paste the URL. Okay, then insert. Okay, just insert. So that's your first resource. Okay, that's your first resource. as you can see, invest for beginner, as you can see, investing for beginners in the Nigeria stock market. Okay, let's add another resource. I'll go back to the YouTube again. Go back. So let me copy this one again. Head over to my notebook and then provide the source again. Understand? Go ahead and paste the URL. Insert. Let's look for one or two more. You can, and then hit Control V, paste the resource. So I've added 3 resources here. Okay, 3 resources has been added here. Let me add another resource, but this time around let me add a PDF so that you know that you can work with anything. Let me add a PDF, add resource, but this time around is PDF, right? I'll click the PDF. Okay, here's investing in Nigeria. Let me add this PDF again. This PDF is about 100 and something pages. Me that I don't like reading, but with this I'm going to learn it very fast. You see, but I just added the PDF also, so you can add as much resources as you can. It depends, any resource that you have access to it, add it very okay, very much, add plenty of it. The more resource, the better the information that you are going to get. Okay, so that we have 1 2 3 4, we have 4 resources here. Okay, we have 4 resources. So now let me see these resources. Let me see, I want to learn how to invest in the Nigeria stock market, right? So now, instead of me to go through all this video or going through all this particular PDF, I can just come here and then type any question, anything that I really want to know. I can just go ahead and type the question, and then NotebookLM is going to give me the answer based on the resource that I uploaded, right? So instead, for example, let me say if they give you 1,000 pages of book to read, instead of it to go through those pages that you can read it, you can just come here, upload it, and then ask any essential question that you want, and then NotebookLM is going to give you. For example, let's ask this question: what are the essential initial steps for Nigeria beginner to successfully start investing? Hit OK. Now let's watch and see. Based on my resource, the information is going to be based on the resource that I uploaded, right? So now let's watch and see. Okay, so this is the answer.
And you can also tell it to help you to summarize everything, like a summary of all the resources that you just uploaded. Okay, and then it will help you to summarize everything in detail.
And then it give it to me. The very first requirement to start investing, particularly in the Nigeria stock market, is acquiring a brokerage account. You know what is broker? That is, when I say broker, when they say broker, it means it's a platform like Trove. Trove. Trove is one of the best broker in Nigeria. Trove, Piggyvest, and there's this particular popular one called Bamboo. Yes, I've used that one before. And one good thing I love about this NotebookLM is the fact that it's going to analyze everything for you, like based on the data that I gave. And if you look very well, if you don't want any of these resources to be included, you can go ahead and click this check mark, and then any resource is going to draft from here is not going to be included. It's not going to be included inside this particular answer that is going to give you, right? You can unshake and shake anyone that you want. Okay, let's say I want to ask another question, right? Let me type another question. Let me see. Save. Okay, which is the best broker, right? Then hit OK. Let me see if I'm going to get the answer, right? If I'm going to get the answer. But pay attention, if the question that you ask is not on the resource that you provided, NotebookLM is not going to give you the answer. Say the question, I say the best broker, right? Which is the best broker, right? So look at the answer. I say Stanbic. Okay, look at the bamboo that I was telling you about. You see that it is here. Okay, let's ask another question. It's just like him. It's just like you have a tutor, like, right, that can, you can ask a question and then they give it to you based on your resources. Even though if it is a notebook, you can put it here and then go ahead, type the question that you want to learn, anything that you want to learn, type it, and then NotebookLM is going to give you the answer, right? Instead of it to go ahead and be reading 1,000 pages. This make reading very easy for students, right? So let's quickly go ahead and ask a very complicated question. If he's going to answer all the question, if you are going to get a very good answer. Okay, what are the economic overview of investing in Nigeria? Hit okay, let's watch and see. Here we go. Let me see. The economic overview of investing in Nigeria highlights both the strong performance of its market and the broader microeconomic context. Blah blah blah, all those stuff. And there's something I need to tell you. Like for example, if you want to know where this answer which of the sources provide this answer, if you want to know, you can click this particular page, this 18. If you hover over it, you are going to see it. Okay, look at it. Remittance of profit and portrait of capital, which is this particular one. You see, but look at where the sources came from. Investing in Nigeria. So look at here. Means the sources come from this PDF. This particular PDF. That's where the sources came from. Okay, that particular answer came from that particular resources. Should in case you want to reference your notes, or you want to reference anything, you can know the exact place that it comes from. Because if you hover over it again, you see that the pages, like the chapter, see about 6.3 remittance of profit. And so if you go under this remittance of profit and repatriation of capital, under this particular resource, you are going to see this answer there, right? So that is cool. And also there's something that I want to show you again. Remember that particular video, that particular YouTube link that I provided. Okay, there's a way that Notebook LM was able to help me to like summarize it. That, like, let me say, if I want to know the particular sources that Jennifer bought, let me say, from this particular YouTube, this Jennifer, the particular stock that she bought, if I want to know it directly without watching the video, I can just come here, look at it. Which stock did Jennifer buy, right? If you click it, you are going to see the answer. The stock that Jennifer bought are Zenith Bank. Okay, and she also bought MTN stock. Yeah, MTN stock. And also Presco. Which is Presco? I don't know. Maybe that is what she bought. And also she bought Dangote cement stock also. Because this particular topic is a very demanding topic that a lot of people want it. If you look at the views, you know that this is a product. This is the product. As I'm going through this now, what is going through my mind currently is, this is a product. I can use it to create a digital product and sell it like this. And I'm going to work on that. If you look here, you are going to see audio overview. You are going to see video overview, mind map, report, flashcard, and also quiz. Yes, you can create a podcast. You know you can turn this particular answer, this particular resources, you can turn it into a presentation. Do it. And also you can create a podcast from this. Yes, and you can join the podcast. Like, okay, let's work on that. Go ahead and click this audio overview. That is your podcast. Go ahead and click it. If you click it, you go ahead and select the language, English or whatever you want it. And then, do you want it short or default? Like the podcast, the podcast that is audio, right? Do you want it short, or you want it long, or you want to use the default? I just need something very short. I don't have time for anything like that. I want it short, please. And then format. Which format do you want? Two people is going to be having a conversation. That is a lively conversational between two hosts, unpacking and connecting topics in your resources. That's what that one means. And then a brief. That is, if you want it very brief, like a bit-sized overview to help you grasp the core ideas from the resources quickly. And then we have the critique, which is it critic? I don't know, but I don't know this one. You pronounce it yourself. And then you have the which is an expert review of your resources, offering constructive feedback. And then we have the debate. Yeah, a thoughtful debate between two hosts, illuminating different perspectives in your resources. You know what I mean, right? So, like, you can convert it to like two people can be having debate on it, so that you can have a deep understanding of the topic you are working on, right? So now go ahead and click generate. After if you are okay, if you are satisfied with this setting, you can go ahead and click generate. And as that one is going, I can go ahead and video overview. That is the slide. It's not actually video, it's actually a slide. If you want to bring a slide out of this particular resource, you can bring this slide out. So let's go ahead and click this slide. I want it very brief. I don't want it to be heavy. So 1 byte, 1 kilobyte, I'm okay like that. Then hit generate. And then if you look very well, you are going to see mind map. Mind map. Go ahead and click the mind map. It's going to work. And also you can actually create a quiz from this. For example, let me say you are a student and maybe you are preparing for exam or whatever. You can actually upload a resource. If you have read to your satisfaction, you can create a quiz and let it ask you any question. If you are able to answer all the questions that is going to ask you, then you really have read. Then you know that you'll be confident when you are going to the exam hall, right? So you can actually create a quiz from here. It doesn't just create the quiz. If you don't have the answer, you can go ahead and check the answer. Isn't this awesome? Okay, so let's go ahead and create a quiz also. Okay, look at the setting. You go ahead and play around with the setting. Number of question, you see by, and then level of difficulty. Like, do you want the question to be very hard? Do you want it medium, hard, or easy? Let's just go ahead and choose this easy because even me had not read it. So then generate. Let's watch and see. So everything is being generated now. You see by is here. It says, so for those that have been generated, let's go ahead and play. So now our podcast has been generated, the podcast. So we are waiting for the video and the mind map. So let me show you the mind map. Click it. The mind map is just like it's just like a summary, a topic. Let me say a key point, right? Yeah, let me use that English. Let me say a key point. You just summarize everything, the key point. If you want to just jump to the next chapter, just like chapter, right? Look, opportunity and regulatory landscape. Why invest in Nigeria? Top 5 investment option with little capital. Investing in Nigeria stock market, individual shares, and key regulatory bodies and agencies. Like, if you want to create a book from this, you can just go ahead, look at your chapter by chapter, and you can go ahead and download it to, see, you can go ahead and download it based on the 4 resources that you uploaded, right? So like this, you already have the full ownership of this particular product, right? And then if you look very well, you are going to see the podcast. Okay, let's go ahead and play the podcast and see what Notebook LM generated for us. The podcast. Go ahead and play the podcast.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to really get into a practical guide for investing in Nigeria.
Yeah, this is especially for you if you're a beginner investor just looking for a way in.
Exactly. And we've pulled from, all sorts of sources, detailed YouTube guides, some pretty dense regulatory documents, the whole lot.
And our mission here is, I think, pretty simple. We just want to show you exactly where you can start investing. I mean, even with as little as 5,000 Naira.
And crucially, how it's all protected. You need to understand the structure behind it.
So let's jump right in.
Okay, so where's the absolute safest place to start? I'm thinking it has to be government securities.
Absolutely. You start with the FGN savings bond. The federal government.
Okay, guys, so this is some like you are able to create a full podcast, and it's a very good podcast. Look at the sound, look at the audio quality, everything is very okay, and you can download it. Actually, if you click here, you're going to see download, or you share it. You see, by it's currently downloading, right? But as we are waiting for the video, let's quickly go ahead and view the quiz, right? Let's see the question that this Notebook LM set for us, if we can answer the question. Okay, so now look at the question. You see, according to Financial Jennifer, what is the primary characteristic of interest payment for federal government savings bonds? Okay, I'd not even go through any of the readings, so let me just pick a particular answer. If the answer is correct, let me see the outcomes of it. Okay, let me see. Interest is paid quarterly through the duration of the bond. I think I've invested in bamboo before, so if I can use that experience to answer this question, I can see the correct answer is A, and I'm correct. Wow. Okay, so I got the question, I got the answer, Sha. Okay, so that's the answer. If I wanted to explain further, I can go ahead and click explain, and then it's going to explain it to me. But let me click next. If you like it, you can see good content. Let me click next. I want to select a wrong answer and see the outcome, something that is not correct. When setting up a brokerage account to invest in the Nigeria stock market, What is CSS number? Who is responsible for providing it? I want to select bad answer and see the result. Let me see a, okay, this is bad answer. Nice one. And then it will give you the answer. The correct answer is C. Instead of I choose A, right? But the correct answer is C. So this is how the quiz work. With this, you'll be able to brainstorm of what you have read, right? So the video has been generated, right? Our slide. Now let's play the video and see. Go ahead and click play. Let's see what we are going to have. As you can see, it's not bad. Like, that is why I said it's not actually a full video. It's just like a slide, like an explainer video, right? It's just like an explainer video, and this is 1 minute 50 seconds. Now let's play it and see.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down how you can invest in the Nigerian stock market. So check this out. In just 6 months, Nigeria's market returned over 33%. That's double the S&P 500. And this is all happening in Africa's largest economy, with a GDP of over $480 billion. So what's going on here, and how can you get in on the action? Let's dive in. Getting started is actually way easier than you'd think. First up, let's see what you'll need. You'll just need a few key documents to open your account. It's mostly the standard identification stuff. The whole process is really just 5 simple steps. And step 1 is opening that brokerage account. Now, what's a CSCS number? Think of it as your unique ID. Your broker actually sets it up for you. Once your account is funded, you're ready to invest. A lot of brokers will even give you stock tips. All right, so you're invested. Let's talk about the day-to-day and getting your money out. The market's open on weekdays, and when you sell, it usually takes about 3 days to get your cash. You have a choice with your sales money. It can go straight to your bank or stay put for reinvesting. You're automatically in direct cash settlement, but you can opt out to avoid that spending temptation. Okay, but with all this opportunity, you have to ask, is the market actually safe and well-regulated? Yes, it absolutely is. You've got key players like the SEC regulating everything to protect investors. The SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, is basically the top dog. They oversee the entire market. The main point is these groups work together to create a stable, structured environment for you to invest in. So, you've got a booming, regulated market that's open for business. The only question left is, what's your move?
I'm surprised that this thing was able to do this video very okay like this. I love this guy. This is nice. This is what we want, and we got it right. It's very nice. So you can download the video by clicking this, and then your video will start downloading, right? So this is basically how to use NotebookLM. I hope you find the video helpful. If you do, please don't just go. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching from YouTube. And don't forget to follow this account if you're watching from Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. And don't forget to check the description of this video. You are going to see some information that is going to be helpful to you. And also, you are going to see some links to join our community to learn new skill every week. So make sure to check the description so you don't miss that important bonus. I'm Big Jonab, as per usual friend, hand to head, salute, bye.